Okay, so this is Bronze Divvy, Crompton House, Route 5, Day 1. It's the second of the routes that starts from school. We've got here, that's the entire route. I'm going to zoom in. So on the start. And let's go a bit further in here. So we're starting then, here's the school grounds. Start by coming out of school and turning right, going up to the post office. Then up Rochdale Road, going past the church and the primary school on the right hand side, and then going past the entrance there to it's here, High Crompton Park, and then taking the right hand turn that will lead to, well, you've got the tennis courts here at High Crompton Park. Now, if you look carefully, we're not going along that road for a long period of time. Basically, go along and then take a left. This is the entrance here to the park and to the tennis courts. You take a left opposite that. You're going to be walking then up through into these farms. Now you need to be really quite careful in this area around here because the pathways are, in some cases nothing more than just nominal that they're there, but you might not actually see them. So what you need to do when you get there is follow the route as best you can. Look for good entry points into and good exit points out of fields. So you're looking for gates, you're looking for stiles. We're not going over fences and we're not going over hills. I will agree it is challenging around here, but if you've got your sensible heads on and you're thinking about what you're meant to be doing, then it is doable quite easily. So anyway, we're going up into this field, and here's the right, here following. Here. Now, the important thing for me here is that you should be, there's a farm there called Garside Farm, and you should be approaching the path down this. So approaching that track there down this path. What you can see in front of you there is the motorway. There's the loop slip road for the motorway. What you might also be able to see here is the mill chimney up here of the Ellen Road sort of factory. So anyway, we get down here and then turn right and down this farm track. So you've got the housing estate, which you can see on the right hand side. There's a stream running here, and down here is your first checkpoint. Now usually it is a manned checkpoint, but that's your first. That's our first point where we'll check where you are. From there, you're going to walk along this road here. There's a primary school up here, and you're going to get to the main road. This is the road that if you turn left, you would go to Milnrow, so you go to the Milnrow junction for the motorway, or if you turn left and went up here, you go under that bridge and you would end up then in Milnrow that way. But of course we're not going that way. We are heading off on the Neway side instead. So you get to the end of that road and turn to the right. You'll follow that road then until you come to the main junction here where there's some traffic lights. We'll turn to the left. This here is the metro station, the Metrolink at Newhay. And then another slight variation here on the blue line. You'll notice the blue line doesn't correspond precisely to the map, but it'll get you on course a lot easier. You get to here, there's a small primary school in this area, and there's a path that leads back up here and goes in front of that building there, that church. To take that route, and then you come round here, and you'll pick back up then this track, or this path. It's going off here, as you can see, towards there, the motorway. And obviously you're not getting all the way to the motorway, you're not going onto it. You get there and then walk, and your path then will start to take you away from the motorway, which will always be on your left hand side. Coming up here. And then at this juncture here, you're going to turn to the right, and then the path will take you down into this forested area, this wooded area here, and you're actually going to end up walking back around the side here of Ogden Reservoir before coming over Ogden Reservoir's dam wall and then through to the car park, and that will be, I suppose, that will be your second checkpoint. Again, usually that's unmanned and there's a sign up there for you. Now from there, you're walking along Ogden Reservoir here, carrying on going, the reservoir on your left hand side, you go past then the water treatment plant, which is here. You also go along past the next reservoir, the third reservoir here, until you come to here. Now if you were to blindly follow the path, you would just bend around the right, you'd walk across this dam wall and you'd end up down here, but there is a gap in the fence, a gap in the wall. You to go up into this field, and here you again are going to be a little bit more bearing reliant as you come around, drop down into the valley. This is a dam wall here for this reservoir. Come down and then back up out of the valley. Before then coming up to this track, which leads you out then to the Ram's Head pub, which is your third checkpoint. At the Ram's Head, here you need to cross over. Be very, very careful crossing this road. It's 50-mile-an-hour speed limit, but cars go over there at some ferocious speeds at times. And you're going to walk parallel, but as far away from the road as possible, until you come then to this major pathway, which actually brings you in here. Follow there, follow the arrow there. Takes you up then to the Redican Dean Reservoir, which is here. Going to go around the dam wall and then along around the side of the reservoir. Coming then away from the reservoir, just following that path. There is a junction here. You don't need to follow that junction. You carry on going, keep 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 on going, until you come down then to the main road. This is the Huddersfield Road. Again, got to be very careful here, wary of vehicles. Again, flying over there at ferocious speeds. But you're going to go to the right, downhill. If you need to walk on the pathway or on the roadway, then make sure that you are facing the oncoming traffic and walking in single file. You come down here, and then you should see a pathway. And I would measure that just to check that we've gone the right distance before seeing a pathway then, which takes you off away from the road. You're going to follow this pathway uphill until it comes then to the junction here between a walled path and this bridleway. And from there on in, it's pretty much home and hosed, home and dry, because you're going to walk along this walled path here until you come here to this junction, which is the junction here of the walled path. There's a path then going downhill here to, I mean, you're approaching it from there, so it's going to go downhill off down to your left. I think there's a signpost up there that says Castleshaw or Castleshaw Reservoirs, but you drop down, quite a steep descent here down, and then to the left you walk across the dam wall of Castleshaw Upper Reservoir, get to the end of it, turn right, follow then this single track around and around until come round again, and this time now you end up in the campsite.